I'm your host, T. Mitchell Dell, and we have John Byrne in the studio from Philadelphia this afternoon. It's this morning, I guess.
Yeah, came up this morning. Yeah. Got up bright and early.
Oh, wow. Well, thanks for your caffeine-fueled trip on the turnpike and coming here to share your music with us here on WNJR Acoustic Songs Live. And we're at 91.7 FM in Washington and streaming live at WNJR.org. And John, normally what I ask guests on the show is to just dig into something right off the bat. It kind of like shakes the nerves off, and
sure,
play a song for us. What did you want to play for us?
I'm going to do a song called "See You Then."
See You Then.
Yeah, it's a funny story. I was actually sitting at a bar that I work at back home, or back in Philadelphia, and this couple came up, and the one girl said, "Oh, and I know her a little bit. She's a nurse." And she said, "Oh, I love your album." I said, "Oh, thanks very much." I didn't really know what to say, Said, "Oh, I love your hospital." But she said, "Me and my boy, we love to lay around at night and listen to your album." And I was like, "Oh, okay, Then she says, he never makes it past song 5. So for him, I'd like to play "See You Then," which is the 5th song on the album.
Okay. Thanks.
Hair all tossed up, expression is blank. The car rumbles on with around half a tank. The radio plays a top 20 show, but it's over, or didn't you know? The motel reads AC and cable TV. The 6 stories tall and the breakfast is free. There's a room with a view of the highway below, but it's over, or didn't you know, me boy? It's over, or didn't you know? So let her run by, let her out of your life. Live for another long Saturday night. Let her run by, let her out of your life. See you then. You've done this before, disappeared without trace. You played by the rules, but you can't lose her face. You can't be bothered being bothered at home, but it's over, or didn't you know? Of us at the Capitol Grill, a black and white picture that's black and white still. You carry it everywhere for something to throw, but it's over, or didn't you know, me boy? It's over, or didn't you know? So let her run by, let her out of your life. Live for another long Saturday night. Let her run by, let her out of your life. See you then. Let her run by, let her out of your life. Live for another long Saturday night. Let her run by, let her out of your life. See you then. take it so hard, though it's been past a year. And if business is business, then you've no business here. And up in the morning, find places to roam. But it's over, oh, didn't you know, me boy? It's over, oh, didn't you know? So let her run by, let her out of your life. Live for another long Saturday night. Let her run by, let her out of your life. See you then. Let her run by, let her out of your life. Live for another long Saturday night. Let her run by, let her out of your life. See you then, see you then, see you. Let her run by, let her out of your life. Live for another long Saturday night. Let her run by, let her out of your life. See you then.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like that. Track 5.
That's track 5. Track 5. Yeah.
Is that off of your latest release, the After the Wake?
Yeah, that's off After the Wake. Yeah.
And it came out 2010.
Yeah, just last year. Yeah. Yeah, it's almost a year, almost getting up on being a year out now. So.
It's funny how that happens when you release, and it's like you're already like on the next thing now.
That's the
right?
That's the funny thing. Well, the thing is, usually by the time the album is released, it's old to you, because you know, this particular one we spent quite a while recording. So I had some great musicians come in, but in some cases you had to wait a little bit to get them in, and you know. But
yeah.
I had a great core band in Philadelphia, or have a great core band in Philadelphia that we did most of it with, and
so the John Byrne band is from your former band, Patrick's Head.
Yeah. Well, Patrick's Head was basically myself and a guy, Patrick Mansfield, and we were together for quite a few years. We put out about 5 albums. We had a 6th one recorded, but it's kind of got tied up in some record company stuff, you know, and so it never came out. So but it's still sitting there. It's a finished album that we made it down in Nashville, and it's kind of sitting there 90% done.
But the record company owns it. And
yeah, they own that record. They don't own the songs. We could do something with the songs if we wanted, but
yeah,
they own the recording. Well, they don't even really own that. You know, they I'm not sure what they own. It got to the point where where there was a bit of a standoff, and they sort of said, well, then you can't have the recordings, but I wasn't happy with the recordings, so I told them that they could have them. You know, I said, keep them then. I said, I don't want them. The point was that we wanted some changes made, and they weren't being made, but that's a whole other story. You know?
Yeah, well, you know, the industry's changed a lot now, so it's like pretty much you can do a lot of stuff on your own. You don't really need a record company.
No, you don't, and it doesn't even make sense for a lot of people. I mean, it makes sense if they have the right people working for them, but in truth, you can hire the right people, because you're going to end up paying for them anyway. You know, I mean, ultimately, whatever the record company does for you, they're charging you top dollar for.
Exactly, it comes all out of your pocket.
Yeah.
So you came from Dublin. We were talking
yes.
prior to this that in the 90s, right?
Yeah, sort of late 90s. I settled in Philadelphia, or mid to late 90s.
But tell me a little bit about that. What was it like your first? You know, making you know, immigrating, coming over, and deciding to